Hello and welcome to Yarn Tales by the Sea. I'm Kellyanne and this podcast comes to you from the southeast coast of the United Kingdom. This is predominantly a knitting and crochet podcast. Yes, I've got a video up. I have to apologise profusely because obviously I didn't get a video up last month to do the prize draw. Like I said, I really do apologise, but I was so ill, I just couldn't do it, and I've spent this previous week trying to get as much little bits and bobs finished as I can, so I had some podcast content for this month, for this podcast. So I'll get the admin stuff out of the way and we'll go from there. Right, so I am involved in a make-along with the delectable Leslie from Not Quite Enough Yarn. Basically, we are running a make-along that is to do with accessories. So it's accessories for the person, not for the house. Mind you, I did actually get asked if accessories for a dog's count. So I suppose I'd have to say yes to that. So yeah, so if you're making dog coats or chicken coats or whatever, that's fine. So basically there is 2 prizes every quarter, which is a finished object prize, which is a physical prize, and then there's the chatter thread, which will be a Ravelry pattern up to the value of $10 US. I'm just blown away by the amount of things that have been uploaded. I really am. I mean, this mail seems to be more of a success than the one did last year, so blown away. I've added loads of what I would like to do. So Leslie and I both have Ravelry groups, so you do need to join the Ravelry groups and you do need to be subscribers of our podcast to be eligible for prizes. Now, along with Leslie, I do understand that not everyone can use Ravelry, so if you do want to participate, you can send me an email with your finished garment and I will upload it and put your details in that way. I'm not quite sure about the Ravelry pattern side of things, but I'm sure something can be worked out if like I said, you win and you can't use Ravelry. So yeah. I am absolutely blown away. Also, I have passed the 600 subscriber mark. Even though I haven't been around for a few weeks, I've seemed to have got lots of new subscribers. So welcome. You're so very welcome, and welcome to my oh Dean, I haven't podcast for a few weeks. Welcome to everybody that's already here, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm a little bit ditzy. So I think that's it on the make along. So I should draw that a little bit later in the podcast. So yeah, well, not a lot's been happening in my life. I've been so poorly, and it don't help now because I've now got hay fever. So if I cough a lot, it's not COVID, it's hay fever. So yeah, I always get it this time of year. It's tree pollen, and my garden's surrounded by trees, so which I don't mind because I love them, but yeah. Anyway, so I think that's all the admin stuff out of the way. Can't think of anything more. So yeah, let's get on with it a bit, shall we? Well, I'm going to start a bit differently. I'm going to go into stash enhancement. So yeah. So I purchased the Mount Pleasant t-shirt by Pip and Pin. Oops, I think you see that okay. And that was suggested to me by Anita. Oh, do you know, everything's just gone out of my head. Can you remember what Anita's podcast is called?
Sparnets?
No, that's Anne.
That's Anne.
Oh, Gaga Knits. Oh my God, how can I forget that? Sorry, Anita. I said my head's all over the place. So yes, so thanks to Anita for suggesting that pattern, and I'm really, really happy with it. So I did purchase some yarn. This is by Noodle Soup, and it is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. So I don't know if you can see these, because I think it's showing up okay. So my sort of colours. I love teals and greens and purples, so just hoping it looks all right when it's actually knitted. So I actually got that at a bargain. It was so it's 100-gram skeins, and it was, I think it was like, it was under £8 each skein on Etsy. It was on a sale, so, and I could only get 2, but my size calls for 2, so I'm hoping that that will be enough. So yeah, very pleased with that. So I just got to skein them up, which I shall be doing when I finish the podcast. And the other stash I've got, I was very lucky to win a giveaway from Anne from Spa Knits. I never win. never win anything, doesn't matter what it is, never win. I'm usually the one giving the prizes away, so I was so gobsmacked to win. And the fact that she put so much in the box, because I just thought I was winning a bag. And you know, which was great, because I always love a new bag, don't we all? And yeah, so I got a sock set from Gardener's Cottage yarn, which is superwash merino, 85%, and 15% nylon, and this is in Jazzy, and this one is pink grapefruit. So that's 50 grams, and that's 100 grams, but I don't want to use them for socks because it's too nice. So I'm going to look for a nice either shawl or a cowl pattern to put them in. But yes, that was absolutely lovely. And the other thing is, I got a bag that Anne made, and she said it's her wonky bag, but I can't see where it's wonky. I mean, I think it's lovely. And I love trees, so the fact it's got trees all over it. So, and it's a drawstring, and it's really nice, and it has a pocket inside. And I love what her label, it's Anne made, a pun on handmade. So yeah, I was really pleased with that. And also there was a big bag of sweets. I think it was a notebook, which I'm a big planner girl and I love stationery. And also a lovely little card that she put in. And some, it's like a knitting. I think they've all got help on each card, so that's like the kitchen stitch. So yeah, but I bet all the sweets. So I think, yeah, that's it for my stash, because I probably would have had a lot more stash actually, but because I've been ill and not been able to do any, you know, any crochet or knitted, I just didn't feel the need to go out and buy anything other than the 2 skeins that I've bought for the Mount Pleasantry. But I did buy some cheap yarn. How do you say that? It is lovely. It's lovely and soft. I got this from Mariners because one of my daughters is expecting her 5th child, so she's having a little girl. So I just got this mosaic. This shade 1200. I just got a couple of balls of that and a couple of balls of just white. To make her another blanket. So with that, I'll get into the makes then. Makes? Finish chopsticks. Oh, in case any of my new subscribers are wondering why I am wearing a hat, it's because I have alopecia areata. I've had it for just over a year now. Don't know why I've got it. It don't seem to be going away. The hair seems to grow back a bit and then it'll drop out again. But it's not like all over. It's just, oh, it's quite a big patch here. So I have to do a bit of a comb over when I put my hair up. But yeah, so that's why I wear hats. So, but I have found some products that I'm hoping will help with that. It's the Batiste dry shampoo, but it's got colour in it, and apparently it helps cover up alopecia. And I just came across it on YouTube, so I'm going to give that a go. But I can't until I dye my hair, which I've got the dye for. But yeah, right. So this is Colin's Sockhead Hat by, I can't remember. But it's a free pattern on Ravelry, and we will put everything, all that you need to know in the bottom of the screen, or it'll go on down in. He's sitting there, and my other half, and he's shaking his head because where I'm gaffing. So I hated knitting this. It's the second Sockhead hat I've done, but which I don't mind doing there. But it was a colour. Oh, he wanted it, so I did it. So, but I didn't make it as slouchy as the pattern calls for, because, you know, my regular subscribers will know that Colin's head's quite big, and so just a little bit of slouch, because if I overdo it with a slouch, it's going to make his head look even bigger than it is. So, because I always have to add extra stitches on all hat patterns except for this one, because it did actually do the extra large. So yeah, there, you can have it now. Thank you. And another hat, which is just the Ross hat by, what's it? SmellGreatGuy. SmellGreatGuy, because he's got two different names on different things. I always get it confused, but it's Ross anyway. And this is one of the patterns that I had to add an extra 15 stitches in to fit. But I believe Ross's, I don't know if he's actually done it yet, but he said he was going to do some different sizes, because this is just done for his fit, but nice and easy to make. Can't remember what the art, it might be Drifter actually, King Cowl Drifter. Yeah, it is, because it's got I can feel the cotton in it. So yeah, I didn't mind doing that one. It's nice and quick, and the colour is quite nice. So you know. And I finished a pair of socks that I'm not very keen on, and actually in fact I really don't like, but I will wear them because I put all the time into them. It's knitted in Luxus, and it was standard sock yarn, 75% and 25, I believe. I've lost the band. It looked nice on the hank or skein. It looked nice when I put it on the wool winder, but I just really don't like how they've turned out. So just not very keen. I mean, they feel nice and everything, and I love greens, and I mean, it has got, I'll put it up to it has got speckles, but you can't really see them. They're sort of like a grey movie heathery type speckles. So these are just vanillas. I did 16 on the cuff, 84 down to the heel flap, standard heel flap, and Kitchener toes. So yeah, so that's that. So this weekend would have been, well, it is, because it's gone virtual like it did last year. It's Jack in the Green weekend, which is a massive festival here where I live. And I would have been, like today, because it would have been the May Day parade today, drumming with Section 5 drummers, along with the delectable Leslie. And obviously can't happen due to COVID. So yeah. Well, I suppose it's just as well, really, because I put so much weight on. My costumes don't fit. Nothing fits. That's hence why I'm wearing Colin's Groot t-shirt. So, yeah. I will put some footage, maybe, or some photos of how we would have looked if we'd have done the drumming. But, yeah. but hopefully on June, is it June? No, July, June the 21st. Yeah, June the 21st, we may be able to go back to practice if COVID roadmap works out, but yeah, I'm 50-50 on it, whether it will or not. But yeah, I'm not going to go into all that. I mean, we've all got our own opinions, haven't we? But yeah, some of us follow the rules, some of us don't. But yeah, I do follow the rules. Hence fat and sat at home, and yeah. But now that better, next week I'm going to start walking. I'm going to get out of the house and start some walking, because the weight will drop off then, so it always does. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, drumming. Oh yeah, I finished that. So yeah, my other finish is a baby blanket. It's a free pattern. It's the Adeline Crochet Baby Blanket pattern by Bright and Scrappy. So on here it says Etsy.com, but it is a free pattern on Ravelry. So, but the instructions for any of you who are not very confident with crochet, you've got step-by-step instructions. So if you want to give it a go, give it a go. But I did my own take on it. I want to make sure I've got this the right way around. Yep. So it does need washing and blocking, but I panelled it. Well, it's panels in the pattern anyway. You do 11 panels. But what I did, instead of doing it all in one colour, I did it in a lot of baby pastel shades, because I hate dark baby blankets. I much prefer them swaddled in something colourful. But the only thing I would have changed about this, so that's the bottom, was it? I think, hang on. Yeah, that's the bottom. So when you do the last panel, it's not as big. So if I'd have realised that when I was doing it, I would have added a couple of extra rows on just to even it up. But you could have it, my daughter could have it, so like the big panel at the top is, well, the top. Oh dear, Colin. Oh dear. Well, you know what I mean. Because you've got the wide bit, so it'd be a bit like a, I don't know, well, you know what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, I just did mainly with leftover yarn I had. I did have to buy a couple of colours to put in it, but yeah, I'm pleased with it. A lot of single crochet, or UK terms double crochet in there, which I don't mind doing, but I'll get like bored. So that's that. So that's all my finished. Like I said, if I hadn't been poorly, I would have got a lot more done. So I would have had this finished, my cardigan. Right. So what I did, just before I got really poorly, for some reason I didn't concentrate very well, and on the pattern, I think I've got it here, I think I made sure I put everything, oh, it's over there. I'm doing a long line one, and while you're knitting, it refers you to the, you know, to the instructions on the short line. So, you know, for certain things, which I did, and I just wasn't concentrating, and then I picked up the whole front, oops, everything's falling down, the whole front for the short line jacket, which I was really annoyed with myself, because I don't normally make, I mean, I make mistakes, but I don't normally do something silly like that. So yeah, so I've had to redo it. So all I've got left to do on it is just pick up the other side and then sew it together. So that will definitely be finished on my next podcast. So yeah, it's not the sort of thing I would normally knit, sort of the long line jacket-y thing. Oh, I don't know. It's just that I thought, I think it was last December I signed up for Knit in the Box, and I got all this, and you get you can't say gifts in it because you actually pay for it. And I really enjoyed it. And then the next 2 boxes I thought were absolutely naff, so I unsubscribed because it's a lot of money, isn't it? I mean, 30 odd quid, and I could have bought some nice hand-dyed yarn instead, but oh well, lesson learned. And the other one, the last box I got, the yarn was I think it was like Hayfield bonus, and it was in the salmony pink colour. Oh God, no, not for me. I mean, I always look washed out, and if I was to wear that, I'd really look washed out. But my mumsy-in-law, she liked it, so when we finally get to see her, hopefully in end of May, June, because we haven't seen her since just before March last year, I think it was, something like that. So, because she lives up in Dunstable, which is near Luton, which is near London. So she's going to have all that. So, and in exchange, she's going to bring me down a load of scrap yarn, because I am running out and I need loads for what I would like to do. Well, I don't need it. I would like it, if that makes sense. So, because things like that we don't actually need, do we? It's just a want side. Yeah, I need it and I want it, so I'm having it. Right, so the other thing I started in January was the Jada in Stitches mile a minute calendar blanket. So she releases, it's the first Friday of each month she releases the monthly section. So this is what it looks like so far. No, it's not pretty, but I don't care because I'm just using up scraps. So I don't know if you can see. So there's that. So each one, oh, do you know, my head's just not right. Each separate I think I'm going to get a lot of dislikes on this video this month. Right, each section is crocheted, as you can see, in a different pattern. So when I did, so that was week 1, and then you do the border as well. Then week 2 was like, I think it was several inches short. This is with the orangey colour. Quite a few inches short of the other one, and Jada said, oh, it's okay, you just, because when you sew them together each month, you can see there, you sew it on as you do the border, so it's just, and yeah, so I put it on, but it looked really stretched out, and I'm only using DK yarn. I'm making sure same one, but as each section's gone on since, it seems to be sorting itself out. But yeah, and I'm a bit worried it's not going to be very wide. I mean, I know it's not going to be the size of the blankets I normally do, because I normally do single bed size, but I might, well, I did actually start another one off, so I might put the 2 together, but I'll see how it is when it's done. And then at the end of the year, you also get the border for it. But yeah, that's on YouTube, and that's Jada in Stitches. So if anyone's interested and wants the project just to get some scraps out the way. Right, so I don't know what I've got here. Oh yeah, I started a cowl, which is the Hiking Reindeer by the TwistedYarn.com. So again, that's a free pattern on Ravelry. But what I will say is, if anyone's interested in doing this yarn here, not the black, which is, get it right, it's Stylecraft Head Over Heels sock yarn in the shade Etna. Now, as far as I'm aware, they don't actually do it anymore, or if you're lucky enough, you might find a ball somewhere. But there again, I mean, you don't have to do it in those colours. You could pick something else, or anything. But I am having to colour control. So I'll just grab it out. So I don't think, I'm not in a rush to get this done because of the way I knit, I'm a thrower. So I can't hold the yarns. So it is very slow. So I don't know if you can see that. So I think there's a deer on somewhere. So it should be on that side. Oh yeah, there's the deer there. So, but yeah, I've colour controlled it because I quite like the blue and the red, but maroony, I suppose. So I should come up with the trees and that with the orange. So yeah, I'm just like really slow. Oh, I don't know, and I mark each colour change as I go as well, because if I don't do that I mess up a bit. So yeah, so I'm pleased with it. It's going to take a while. I don't think my whatchamacallits are too bad. Floats. Got there in the end. They're not too bad, you know. I've done worse in the past, so yeah, that's why I don't do a lot of colour work like that, because like I said, I'm really slow at it. But yeah, I'll get there in the end. So I do have some socks on the go, and I didn't bring the pattern in. I can't remember it's by. So I'm doing these 2 at a time, but on single circulars. That's my preferred way of knitting socks, is on small circulars. So these are the Minecraft socks. Like I said, it's a free pattern on Ravelry. So you've got, and this is just done in drops fable. I've sitting in my stash for such a long time. So I've done the heel turn, so I'm just doing the gusset, and then I've got up the heel turn there. So I have done these slightly shorter than I normally do, because I like to do my socks fairly long, because I like them slouched down and stuff like that. But I was just finding it quite slow, because it's a rib pattern with an offset stitch. So and the other thing is I'm not going across the foot, because they're quite bubbly, and I think it'll just be a bit squashy. Well, you know what I mean. Make my shoes feel a bit tight. So yeah, but yeah, I'm just doing just a standard heel gusset. And oh, I think Colin's found out. Oh, by Heather Cox. So it's the Minecraft Socks by Heather Cox. Thank you. Right, so I'm going to stick a bit of footage in now. Well, Colin is, because he does all my editing. Colin's been working really hard on the garden when he's had the time, to make it a really nice space for us to enjoy on the weekends and that. And he's built a nice little bench for the garden, and he went out and brought some paint, and he's also, you know, to make wooden stuff all nice, and it is water soluble and creature friendly. And also he built me a pond with a little waterfall in, so I shall stick the footage in now. and he's still got lots to do on the garden as well. Oh, and by the way, I don't like the gnomes. The gnomes are Colin's. They're not mine. I'm not very keen on them. But yeah, the gnomes are Colin's. So, and I think it's really, really funny because we got lots of birds that come, regular birds, and 2 of them are wood pigeons, which I really like, and they will knock the gnomes into the pond when they're foraging the nuts that are falling on the floor from the feeders, and I think it's funny. And the squirrel does as well, because sometimes they jump from the tree to the tree, the little tree birdhouse we got, and it slide and fall down on the floor. Especially since Colin's now painted it, and it's knocked the gnomes in the pond, but I'm quite happy about that. Excuse me. Really sorry about that. So right, what else? Right, done that. So I do have doing the Attic 24. Well, it's the Dune blanket. I did start off doing it, but I wasn't loving it, which is a shame, because you know, for months and months and months I've wanted this pattern, but I just wasn't enjoying doing it. I think it's because it's a bit slow on building and that, because the reason I love doing the big blankets is because I get loads of leftovers to do all the scrappy projects I like doing. So plus I like the blankets, of course, don't get me wrong. So I haven't, obviously because we've been ill, I haven't done a lot since I last showed you it. So I've done from there. So I think that's the right way around. Yep, right way. So not a great deal, but it's growing. It's getting there. I do like the colours though. So yeah, so that's a free pattern by Lucy from Attic 24. So you can, if you just put Attic 24 in, it will automatically come up in a Google search. And all her blanket patterns and other little bits and pieces she does is all free, and you can buy the complete packs at no extra cost from woolwarehouse.co.uk. I think Lucy just makes a small amount of money off of there. So yeah, or you can just do it, buy the balls individual if you so desire, but I can't see the point in that. You might just as well buy the pack. So yeah, really happy with that. Right. I think I've done everything. Yeah, so yeah, I've just got to do them on the old wool winder, and then that's ready to go. And I've also kitted up, ready to go. I'm going to be doing the boxy by Hokey Lokey Telly, another one, because the one I did, because I put a lot of weight on, don't really fit me very well. But I thought if I make another one in for the size I am now, it doesn't matter if it's like really big when I lose weight, because of the design of the jumper, it just doesn't matter. So I'm doing it in, it's Viking yarns, it's 100% superwash merino wool. This is in the colour Menthe. So it's, I don't see, it's, so I love these sort of colours. Absolutely. Trust me to get one out that's like falling out the middle. I think that's the one you wound, Colin. He wanted to go on my machine. Oh, they're all doing it. Oh, it's probably where they've been, oh no, look, it's where they've been stored in the bag. That centipede stuck it in. So I'll show you. So it's got little like pinky flecks and like a turquoise. Yeah. So I'm not sure if I'm doing the standard boxy or the V-neck boxy, because I've got both patterns. The only thing I do know, I'm going to have to reprint the V-neck one out if I do it, because she's put an addendum into the pattern. So yeah, so I've just got to make my mind up which one I'm going to do, which I've got plenty of time because I'm going to be starting that. So Other than the giveaway, I think that's about it. Oh, I've gone through that a bit quick, haven't I? Oh no, by the time all the footage has been put in, it's not so bad. But yeah, sorry if it's been a bit gaffy, this one, and a bit all over the place. But the trouble is, when you're used to doing something and then you don't do it for a long time, you kind of lose yourself a little bit, if that makes sense. So yeah. But the only one thing I have been doing is I've done an awful lot of reading. I mean, 10 plus books a month, which don't sound a lot to any avid reader, but they were all big chunky books. So yeah, so well, you're laying flat on your back because you're ill. That's all you can do, really, isn't it? Right, so we'll get into the giveaway. Right, so this is for the prize. So I drew from 1 to 115 because each quarter is obviously it'd be like all the posts from January to March, then April to June, it goes like that, and then at the end of the year you get the quarterly prizes plus an overall prize as well. So so yeah, so it's drawn from 1 to 115, and I used a random number generator, and the number is number 54, which is M's Little Nest, for her Drop Dead Easy socks. So we'll put a picture in here. So congratulations, Emma's Little Nest. So I've got something a little bit different this month. Obviously I've opened the box to check that everything is okay and arrived. So you have some gorgeous minis. They are lovely, and they are by Fearless Yarn. And it's 75% merino, 25% nylon. So I will show those once again. So congratulations, Em's Little Nest. So if you can get in touch with me at yarntales.bythesea@gmail.com, and I will get these straight into the post for you. So so that's that one. And again, congratulations, and the socks are gorgeous, and like I said, there will be a picture going in. And for the pattern prize, which is up to the value of $10 US, which is on the chatter thread, again, the numbers I drew between were 1 and 136, and the post that one was number 122, which is Lynn Clary. So congratulations, Lynn. If you would like to contact me at you can contact me on Ravelry if you can, for your Ravelry prize. But obviously, oh yeah, because you're on there already, aren't you? See, look, I'm all over the place. Yeah, so contact me via Ravelry and with your pattern that you would like, and I will get that paid for and sent straight to you. Oh, excuse me. So I think that's it. That's everything. I'm going to try and get another podcast in this month, even if it's this next weekend before the end of the month as well. If I go like the clappers, I'll have some things to show. So yeah. So again, thank you to everyone who has subscribed and has supported me. It means so much, and I do know I haven't answered a lot of the comments, but being poorly, I was basically off of social media. It was hardly anything I posted on social media, so I'm going to go through that because I do love the comments. You know, I just do. It lifts me, and you know, it makes doing a podcast worthwhile, because you know, at the end of the day, I'm not monetized because I haven't got enough subscribers. So you know, everything I give away is from my own pocket, and yeah. So for those of you that stick by, it's lovely, and that's why I don't advertise any giveaways whatsoever, because I want my subscribers to win, and I do always check that people are subscribed when I do a giveaway and everything. So yeah. Right, so I should leave it there for now. Sorry if it's a bit all over the place and a bit what you would call it, gaffy, but yeah, as I said, I don't feel 100% with this hay fever anyway. So yeah, what I should do on the next podcast, I'm also going to give out a few shout outs for podcasts I watch, and if you have got a podcast and you know, knitting or crochet podcast should I say, you would like a shout out, just drop me a message in the comments or send me an email, and yeah, I'll do that for you. So okay, anyway, from my house to your house, take care, stay safe, stay safe. I'll do that again. From my house to your house, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.